Hello YouTube and welcome back to the channel, and today's battle report is 3,000 points. Stronghold Defense, Legions Imperialis. This is a narrative game from the Great Slaughter book, and I have a special guest, our first crossover creator guest. It's Tom from the Advancing Fire podcast. If you hadn't heard them, go check them out. They definitely have a style. I enjoy it. I'm a listener. And I asked Tom if he would come on the channel because I know very much that he watches our stuff. So he's the first. We have more to come, and I don't want to announce them until I've got the videos made, because any kind of cancellation can happen. Anyway, I digress. So yeah, Stronghold Defense, 3,000 points. Let's have a look at the mission. You can see it up there. Basically, we have these three deployment zones. On the left, we have the attacker. And then in the middle, we have a forward deployment zone, defenders, and then a rear deployment zone and a space in the middle with those 5 objective markers that you can see. I will be the defender and Tom will be the attacker, and you'll see the list momentarily, which is quite interesting actually. So I will deploy as a defender in those 2 areas. I will do all my formations. I have to have at least one formation in each. And whole formations, I believe, have to be in a deployment zone. You can't split detachments up. So get all that done. Then Tom drops his. There are secondaries. Tom, as the attacker, automatically has a vital intel. He'll be trying to secure an objective marker roughly in the middle of the table and take it away. And I automatically get to control the battlefield, which is table quarters. Don't know why they put them in for these things. It's just more points. I think you could make these kind of missions. I just don't think they need them, but that's a whole other conversation. And then scoring. So the attacker scores 3 VPs for each uncontested objective marker that they control. If the attacker controls both objective markers in the defender's forward deployment zone, they score 5 VPs for each uncontested objective marker they control instead, so potentially big points. And then also at the end of the round itself, the defender scores 2 victory points for each uncontested objective marker that they control. If the defender controls both objective markers in the defender's forward deployment zone, they score 3 victory points each for each uncontested objective marker that they control instead. Okay, wordy. Then at the end of the battle, why not score more points? So the attacker will score 1 victory point for each uncontested objective marker that they control in the defender's forward deployment zone, 2 victory points if they control the objective marker in neither deployment zone, that one in the middle, and 4 victory points for each uncontested objective marker that they control in the defender's rear deployment zone. And then for myself, the defender, I will score 3 victory points for each uncontested objective marker that they control. If the defender controls all 4 objective markers in their deployment zone, they score 4 victory points for each of these instead. Okay, so it's a lot of points. They love big points in Legions, which I think they've kind of basically just followed the same principles as a match play game. So it doesn't, for me, it doesn't, other than the wacky deployments, and I say wacky, it's very cool, I like all that kind of stuff, it doesn't feel much different. So that's the mission. We'll see how it goes. And now let's have a look at the armies. Right, so let's start with my list, as it is very, very different to Tom's, and you will see that in a moment. It is 3,000 points, Solar Auxilia in my Imperial Army themed army. I have an artillery company, 3 batteries, 4 guns, and a tactical commander. I have an armoured company with the tank commander, which will go in a Baneblade super heavy tank single, 2 units of Russes, 4 in each, 5 Malcadors, Vanquisher pattern, another Baneblade on its own, and an Auxilia Thunderbolt with bolt cannon and Skyfire missile upgrades. Then I have another armoured company with a tank commander going in the heavy support Baneblade, another 2 units of Russes, 4 in each again, Malcador Tank Squadron 5, these have a more anti-infantry, anti-building loadout, and then another Thunderbolt, an Auxilia sub-cohort Legate Commander, Las Rifle Tertios, 2 units 4, 2 units of Ogrins, 6 in each, another Las Rifle Tertiar 4, and then another Thunderbolt. And then to round it out, I decided to bring a Warhound with Turbo Laser and Bulk Mega Bolters. I could have added a few more tanks and bits and bobs, but I just thought, why not? Let's see how it goes. I like the idea of them, especially the smaller engines. I love the idea of Knights and Warhounds in epic games and Legions, but I don't think they're going to work out that well. I think going forward, I don't think you'll see them as much or at all in people's lists. I think they'll take other things. So soak that in, take a look at that picture. That is my list. Right, here we go. This is Tom's list. This is 3,000 points of Word Bearers and Solar Auxilia. And I haven't even got it all in one frame. This is just the Word Bearers. This is the kind of list that I think the game is intending you to build. And I totally get that. I just don't have the range of models and stuff here. I just don't. I'm very busy and it's time consuming and expensive. But we will get there. We will get some more varied lists in. But this you will see is a lot of models. So Word Bearers, very cool little list. If the detachments or formations get broken, they can still do all their orders. And in a objective-based game, keeping march moves or whatever it is very, very cool. So anyway, 3,000 points on the nose. A Word Bearers Legion Demi Company, a Command Squad, a Legion Dreadnought Talon of 8, and then there's in core we've got tactical detachments, multiples of with missile launchers and plasmas. Then we've got Bastion, Legion Dorado Dreadnought Detachment, 8 of those as well. There is upgrades. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these lists in the description so you can read them properly, because it's just a lot to go through. More tactical detachments, assault detachment, Terminator detachment, and then loads of rhinos. Now all the rhinos have the Havoc upgrades. At this scale, it doesn't really bother me what people want to do with things like that. It's like, who's going to buy all the different kits for all the different loadouts? I just don't think that's going to happen, and I wouldn't expect it. And then there's also a Legion Thunderhawk gunship in there. Moving on, we've got a Legion Armoured Company. We have Predators, 8 of, las cannons, Sicarans, 6 of, I think there's a Sicaran 2 of, and then Kratos Squadron of 6, all the las cannons. And then air support, Legion Xiphon Interceptors, ×3. Big wad of fighter power there, very scary indeed. So now let's hop on over and have a look at the Solar Auxilia allies. So again, loads and loads of infantry in this list. It's very cool to see. I was a little bit surprised and I was like, wow, I mean, you look at the amount of models I've got, we're still going. So, Solar Auxilia Pioneer Company, and we have a Legate Commander, and we have Velatari Storm Sections, we have Tarantula Batteries, 2 of those I think, and then we've got Auxilias, Ogrins, Las Rifle Tertios, and we've got some Flamers in there, and we've also got a Thunderbolt Squadron 4. They have the bolt cannons and Sky Strike missiles, and then a Heavy Sentinel Patrol. We've not used these before. I like the models, and some people do, some people don't, but I'm very interested to see what they can do. And that is all of Tom's stuff. It is an absolute bucket load. And yeah, see how the game goes. I'm not here to promote this game or make it something it isn't. So as you can see, I'm heavily outnumbered. See how the game plays. Hope you enjoy it. And I'm sure it will create lots of talking points. Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a very special guest with me today. We've got Tom from the Advancing Fire podcast. Say hello, Tom.
Hello everybody, special needs guest.
I said he was special. So yeah, it's the first of our collaboration guests, which I'm really excited about. It brings everything together and gets some nice variation on the channel. So we're doing a narrative today, aren't we, Tom? So you pick this. So it's your fault if it's rubbish?
Yeah, I take the full blame if the mission's terrible, but you know, we've both chatted about the match play missions maybe not being the greatest, so we've picked one of the narrative missions from the Great Slaughter and we thought, let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go. So we are playing out of the book, so I've not changed anything. For those of you that know that I do like to change things. If you're on our Patreon, we do have some alternative style missions that we're enjoying and we think they're working very well. I think you're going to steal some of that, aren't you, Tom?
Yeah, I'm going to shamelessly steal them.
That's fine. That's what it's there for. So let's have a look at the battlefield. You would have seen in the preamble in the armies that Tom has shitloads and I don't. So I'm not going to go over all the orders because it's just loads, but just panning down.
Lots of advances, lots of marches. Basically, transports are marching, infantry on foot are marching, tanks are advancing, flyers are advancing. Fairly straightforward.
And you've also pushed up with some of your
units. So we've got some infiltrators here, and then we've forward deployed with the chicken walkers there to just push up a bit. We did work out that there was potential to infiltrate between Chris's lines.
Yeah.
Felt a bit hardcore sticking some Ogrins and some Velatari in the middle of his lines to start with. So we've kept it. Trying to keep it, you know, fairly in narrative. Yeah. I'm assaulting in, so having half my detachments inside the middle of his army
just a bit weird.
Felt a bit odd.
It would have been like in a line as well.
Yeah, we had a chat about it. It was like there's like a 2-inch channel here, and I would have basically had to deploy in a line, and it felt very much like, it just feels a bit horrible then. Yeah. So we've kept the infiltrators this side of the line. Yeah,
for your viewing pleasure and to make me feel good about myself. So the objectives, so that's the traitors. I'm the Loyalists, apparently, today. It feels a bit weird. So we have this central objective, and then we have 2 at the back, and 2 at the front, and that's what we're playing for. I'm also trying to take table quarters. Not bothered. And you're trying to take this vital intel, isn't it? Yeah. Marked with the Titan head.
So the mission specifies the secondaries on that, and should have seen. So, you know, maybe an odd choice for them to have to take quarters, but you've got those 2 quarters fairly solidly.
Yeah, I mean, does this mission need secondaries? Probably not. That's a whole other conversation. My deployment, so I have the 2 12-inch corridors. You would have seen that on the map previously. I have to deploy at least 1 formation in each. In my first 12-inch corridor, I've put the Hound, being that it's a scout Titan, why not? And then 1 armoured company in a line. They've pulled the short straw and have been issued to go forward. And then everything else, obviously the artillery's got to be on the back line. I've tried to do a more thematic kind of deployment. And that's about it, isn't it? So unless I've forgotten anything, that's your battlefield. That's my opponent. Done the orders. Roll off. A 6 and a 3. Again, until someone can tell me otherwise, I can't see any reason not to go first.
No.
So I'll be first player, turn 1. Let's get into it. Movement phase, complete turn 1. Not doing the over-the-top camera today. We're trying something a bit different. Pretty much for me, I'm fairly static. Obviously, the artillery aren't going anywhere, and I've got a lot of first fires. I have moved infantry up into the centre of the compound. Got these tanks on first fire. Move these tanks up, take the objective, move the Warhound away. Got a little bit of support coming up here and here as well. Did lose a Russ to Havocs.
Yeah, on the Rhinos.
Moving up. You did fire as well with your tarantulas here.
Yeah, 3 tarantulas into the Russes in front of them. Made all the saves.
Made all the saves. 3 hits, 3 saves. And as you can see, it's just a horde moving up here. The fighters came on after mine, and there was a Thunderbolt in the middle there that got intercepted by the Xiphons, and then the Ogrins and the Velatari, they're all in the buildings here. So all our buildings are Civitas, regardless, and where the lines are actually separates the compound wall there, and the ruins and the buildings are as they are. So I really like these Preds coming up in formation down the road.
Got to march up the road.
Very cool. So that gives my Malcador something to think about. Do I nuke the building, or am I going to have to pour firepower into a lot of las cannon Preds? Oh, Thunderhawk, yeah, just creeping
chilling
up.
in the back.
Just chilling.
Just chilling.
Chilling.
Just got a big gun to fire from the back.
That, I think, is everything, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to try and see how bad this first fire turn goes for me, because you're firing and I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, badly, I hope. So I only painted the artillery up the other night in time for this. So I really wanted to get a full 3K of Imperial Army, Militia, whatever. So I'm looking forward to rolling dice for them, and I have got targets in mind. So let's get into the combat phase, first fire. Okay, so it's only me with first fires. So let's start with all my artillery. I'm going to pick this unit. I'm going to fire at the Kratos here. So hitting on 4s.
Yeah.
So 3 hits.
So
minus two.
So 4 up saves. I take a wound on a Kratos.
I'm going to do the same thing with another battery.
Yeah, same battery.
For 2 more hits.
So let's do the same again. That's saved.
And I'll do the same, the last, for 1 hit this time.
One
Not
hit
so
this
good,
time?
yeah, it's getting worse.
There we go. So I take a wound on a Kratos.
So 3 artilleries, 1 wound.
So I've played the artillery company a couple of times with chat, and I've got an 8, a 4, and a 4. And I'll be honest, I don't get the crowing on the internet at the moment, because that's what mine do. They just go, boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, I've done 1 wound.
1 wound. So that wasn't great. I've still got plenty of first fires to go. So the Malcador Vanquishers going into the squad of 5 Sicarans.
Yeah.
Hitting on 4s. I've only got the Vanquishers in range. Keep going under that bit of terrain there. So it's 3 hits.
So -2, these will be 5s re-rolling passes. So we roll the success. I do save 1, but 2 get blatted.
So combined fire of the Baneblade here and here. Finish off the... I know you've got 1 left.
1 left, 1 survived.
I'm actually going to fire the Russes at the Xiphons. So las cannons and battle cannons, I think they're all hitting on 6s -1 regardless. So yeah, I've got 2.
So -1 be a 4 up save. I make 1, lose 1.
Just lose 1. You'll probably tell me that wasn't worth it, but we'll see.
Losing a Xiphon's always a good thing.
And then my last first fire is going to be the Malks. Do I wipe out a building? But I've got...
Well, you either get las cannon threaded or you get charged next turn.
I think I want to try and take that building out, you know. So I'm going to go for that. Right, I'm doing it. I'm going to try and flatten the building, because that will outright kill the Ogrins.
Oh, the Ogrins are toast.
And then the heavy bolt is going to fire at the Velatari in that end section there. So 3 pluses to hit, demolishes. That's 4 hits. -3, so you need an 8+ on...
8+, 2 wounds on this building, so 1 wound taken.
What's that? Is the...
No, that's 9, sorry.
6,
that's
isn't it?
Yeah, 9, so first one saved.
Yeah.
Second one is a wound.
Yeah, that's 2 down.
That's a save.
That's a save, 1 more.
Oh, they survived.
That's
that
a lot
building
of
just
6s. That's a lot of 6s.
Bring funky dice.
Is this why you asked to bring your own dice?
Yeah, just got the microwave dice, microwave fresh.
Oh. So the Velatari survived the bolters from the Malcadors, didn't hit with any of those. This Thunderbolt is firing missiles. It's all I've got in range at Xiphons. Needing 4s, need to stop rolling through there. What did I get? Not even 2 hits.
-1?
I think it's just the -1.
So 4 up saves. I lose another Xiphon.
No morale. I really wanted to go over the Warhound. I think it's going to get pasted. But at the same time, I don't want to lose my aircraft. I don't know what to do. Tom's actually going to get to have an activation now. Right, the Kratos have just unloaded into the Warhound, stripping the voids. Big dice pool of, 13 -1. So 2 of those are gone. I now have 11 saves. At -1, needing 3 ups. How many wounds does the Warhound have? Is it 4?
4 wounds, I believe.
All right, here we go. I think I've got one wound left. Ouch. Ouch.
Ouch.
Right, so with the Warhound on 1 wound, the bolters are really designed for other things, but I am going to throw everything into the Kratos and just try and force save. So 5 ups on the bolters. That's 3 hits, 5, 6, 7 because of rapid.
So light AT, so 2 ups. I do take 2 wounds, so I'll lose 1 Kratos.
Yeah.
And put a wound across to that one.
And then the lasers, the 4+, they are accurate for 1 hitter. I think they're -3.
So this will be
turbo laser. It's the same that you've got on your Thunderbolt.
Yeah, so -3 would be a 5 up.
Yeah.
No, so that finishes that other
Takes
Kratos.
another one away.
Does reduce the firepower by 2, which is on these guys a lot of dice with the whole mounted las and the everything like that. That's a lot of dice out of that pool now. Still a lot left. But
we were just saying, when the cost of those
245
to a 330 point warhound with 2 guns.
Yeah, and a slight twist on your dice roll. That we only need one dice roll more to that would have been gone in 1 round of shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, Titans are in a weird place.
Dreadnoughts now pouring fire into the 3 remaining Russes.
So volume of dice. So autocannons, the back row is out of range, but the front row is. So we'll do the autocannons first, hitting on 5s with a reroll for accurate. So we've got 3 so far. And then another 1. So 4 light ATs, so AP 0.
I should probably use your hooky dice, shouldn't I? Yeah, all good. We're all good.
All good. So then we'll go in with the Alios missiles. So they are 1 dice each. They are hitting you on 4s, -2, but no reroll. So 4 -2.
Okay, 4 ups now. Come on, Russes. 2 die. Leaves 1. That is a break check. There's a fail. That is now 1 Russ going on a fallback. These Russes are going downrange into the Kratos. They must die. So it's just going to be 8 dice with last cannons, battle cannons. Not rolling well. 2 hits at -1.
So 3 ups. I'll make them both.
So, these lightnings over here? No, they're Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts?
Yeah, they just wiped out the last of my air power over there with missiles. My last activation was the Bane Blade, which fired at the Kratos. Did nothing. I scored 1 hit with the last cannon, saved. Just you now, Tom.
Yeah, so going to take the Sakarans into these Russes, so bolts are no good, but the auto cannons going in, hitting on 5s for no hits. I will do the solitary Sakaran in as well, same target, for 2 hits.
And these are flat -1.
Flat -1, so 3 ups on the Russes.
2, was it?
Yes, mate.
Oh, no! That's another morale
That will
check.
force a morale.
2 down. I can't think what their morale is. It's going to be
definitely not. Yeah, it's definitely not 2.
Another fallback. That lead armoured formation. Oh dear. What have we got left? Many more?
So we've got Preds, Dreads, and the Walkers in the middle there.
Walkers, okay. So one I've not been looking forward to is the Predators going at the Malcadors. It's a lot of las cannons.
Yeah, so we've got Hull and Sponsor and Lazes. So the Hull Lazes with accurate on 4s. So we've got 4 so far. Oh, and then the Sponsor, they're accurate. And then we've got 2 and an extra. So these are the Sponsons then that are not accurate, which is
another 2.
Balances that better first roll out.
So that gives me 2, 4, 6, 7, 8. No, 9.
9 4 ups.
9 4 ups. Right, so I have 3 ups, going to 4 ups. 2 wounds apiece.
2 wounds apiece though. Ooh, lots of saves in there. But
3 wounds, I think.
Yeah, 1 dead.
4 wounds. You 4 pluses, don't I?
Yeah.
So I actually need 2 tanks.
So not enough to force a morale.
Not quite, but it does. They're so expensive as well.
That's a lot of points that have just gone back there.
So last activation of the round is the Robo Chickens. Anything else is out of range. The Terminator. Oh, you did fire this, didn't you?
Yeah.
And did a wound with the turbo laser on the Commander Bane Blade. Ignores cover missiles.
Yep.
Very good.
So 7 because the one at the back can't see. So these are hitting these Ogrins on 4s.
That's very good.
Let's take them out. So 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 saves, AP 0.
Okay, so I get 6 up save.
Yes.
Because I don't get the benefit of the building.
Yeah.
Because ignores cover, ignores. cover. Do you say 8 saves?
Yes, please.
That's a shame because I've only got 6 stands.
6 is?
I see 1, 2.
You got 1, 2 saves, so 6 dead.
6 die, which is the
mathematically efficient.
Unit, very much so. So that's it. That's the end of the first round, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
we've got some fallbacks and some points to look at, but that is it.
That's it. So combat phase done. We're going to go into the end phase. Right. So the end phase. Let's go with the Hound. He's broken, half wounds. Got 1 void back. Tanks falling back here. Failed morale. These 2 fell back and passed. They're back in the game. Tom has this objective, and you got 3 points for that.
Yep.
And then I'm scoring the middle, and these 2. They're worth 2 points each to me right now. So as it stands, it is 3 points to you, 6 points to me. But can I hold back this wave of traitors? Not with a Warhammer with 1 wound. So that's that's the end of round 1. We'll see you in round 2. Welcome back to turn 2. Orders are down. This big chaosy line. Anything significant there, Tom?
Probably the big decision was whether to charge or march these units in the building here.
Yeah.
Because I can't make the charge here.
Mm-hmm.
I can hit the tanks. If you pull your tanks back, I'm going to make a single move and they're going to be stood out in front of the gun line.
Sure.
Or end up held up there. So I've gone march to try and push in, maybe give up the combat. It was a toss-up, I charge your tanks and get them, but, you pull them back. I don't want them stood around, so that's about it. And then, everything else in reserve is on advance. Thunderhawk Assault Marines are on charge. Fairly straightforward. We got a first fire duel at the end there between the Titans and the Kratos.
Yeah, I'll put the Hound on first fire because I thought, it's going to die. So if I get a shot off, I'll be happy. For me, I've got first fires all on the back as expected, and then a first fire cluster in that corner. So I've got tank commander there and other commanders here. I went for a charge on the Ogrins as a safety.
Yeah, you're better off. You can wait and see what I do.
You come out. I've had to put these guys on advances. Probably want to do what you say anyway and pull back. And then these tanks over here have had to advance because of commander range, and these guys really need to start pushing up. So that's about it, really. That's orders. So first player roll. I've got a 5, a 6.
Sneak a 6.
You're going to go first player?
Oh, yeah.
So broken unit can't go first fire. So the Warhound is on an advance. So it's probably going to get absolutely roasted there. So Tom will be first player, properly this time, going into turn 2. So a little cut in on the movement phase. Tom activated some Scarins, moved up. I've now pushed the Hound forward because I know it's going to die. And it's going to use the tarantulas that can fire either in the movement phase or the combat phase. He's going to fire now.
Going to try and resolve this Warhound. So 6 dice hitting on 4. 2, which is what I need. So you lose 1 void.
1 drops the void. I'm guessing it's minus
1.
So all or nothing. 3 up. Oh.
No.
Engine kill.
You normally bank on a 3 up being all right. I was like, I might just take the void shield down and just chink it in.
Engine kill.
Engine kill.
There's nothing within range.
No,
they don't go pop like they do in AT.
No War Masters going magazine detonation, catastrophic meltdowns and wiping armies out.
So that's it. That's the end of the Warhound. We've got quite a lot of moves to get on with. Movement done. Turn 2. So big pushing up here, coming through the gate. I stuck the Malcadors, the 2 that were left, because I lost some to Havocs.
You lost 1 to the Havoc. You lost 2 in the turn before to firing.
Yes.
You lost lost 1 to Havoc on the Rhinos.
Yeah.
And then you moved the remaining 2 to try and block the gate.
I moved 2 up just to block the gate, and then I lost another 1 to the tarantulas, which opened the gate. Then you just really pushed up.
Yeah, just got to be aggressive now.
Big moves here. The marching infantry going into Velatari, going into this building, and Ogrins here didn't really have the resources to Overwatch.
You didn't take my bait as well. So I was trying to bait the Ogrin to charge one of these 2 in Overwatch here, so you didn't take that, but
I stayed.
I thought I'd threw my Assault Marines into him. I'm going to be a calf down and going against Ren, but let's see if you can just mash my Assault Marines into pieces.
Are you 8 stands?
I'm 8 stands.
So you'll be doubled up on 2 of them.
Yeah. So that's my only advantage, is that I might be able to take 2.
Yeah.
But it's just mashing Space Marines.
So it's not actually looking great. I actually don't have a lot of units left. I have basically an armoured army, and it doesn't really work. I just don't have the other models yet. I've just got tanks moving up. We have Terminators jump down right into the back line there, and then these guys are all stuck on first fires. So that's kind of where everything is. We're going into the combat phase. You've got some first fires?
I've got some first fire, just Kratos over there. And you're going to bring the pain with your artillery and your tanks.
Oh, all the pain. The tanks were fine. The artillery was terrible. So going into the combat phase, Tom's going to kick off with Kratos.
Right.
Kratos going downrange into the front row. It's a unit of 4 Russes there.
So I've only got las cannons in range.
Yep.
I've only got las cannons in range, so we will drop the hull mounted las cannons. So 1 or 2 dice for this. It's 2 for the las cannons for the hull mounts because there's 2 of them. So hitting on 4s.
Rerollable.
Rerollable. So 4 so far. Reroll that. Then I've got the sponsons. I've only got 2 sponsons left because there's 2 with las cannons and 2 with heavy bolters left. So not rerollables. 1 more makes 8 saves, -1 on the Russes.
-1. There's only 4. Okay, so 8 saves, needing 3 ups because they are 2+ armor. That's good.
1.
Oh yeah, there it is. 1
down. There we go.
Takes 1 out.
Survived better than a warhand.
Yeah.
Hilariously.
Knights and Titans in this game. The big ones have their place, don't they?
The War Master, I played in Titan Death, and that is brutal. So you can extrapolate that across, and that's going to be fairly brutal in normal mode. 750
points.
Yeah. So, but it can hit so many things so hard, you know. But the other Titans, Warlord, I'm yet to try the Side Titan out. I think that might be with the heavy beam, might be quite brutal, but the Warbringer is okay because it's got a lot of guns.
Yeah.
Reavers, Warhounds, Knights just seem to melt.
Fold, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. That was your only first fire, wasn't it?
Over to you, buddy.
So the rest are all mine. So first of the artillery, I'm going down range at the walkers here because I don't like their ignore cover when I've got valuable strategic stuff holding objectives in the middle. So if the Ogrins say they win, it then gives you the opportunity to absolutely pace them. So 4 shots, too many dice, hitting on 4s, or 3 hits.
Pushes the chickens to 6s. So that's 3 chickens down.
3. How many did you have in that unit?
8 to start with, so 1, not enough for morale on that.
Okay, let's do the second artillery unit into them for 2 more hits. 2 more
down. So again,
no morale.
No morale because there were 5.
But it's down to 3.
Yeah, that's whittled that down now.
Do I try and finish them off? Don't know. There's only 3 of them. I'm gonna have a think. So I'm gonna go back to the last artillery company. I fired these 2 Russes down at 2 Sakarans there and wiped them out. I'm now going to fire the Malks with the Vanquishers and las cannons at the Rhinos full of tacks. So let's start with the las cannons.
Ooh, that looks pretty tasty.
It's pretty good on that side of the board, isn't it? Okay, so there's 2, 4, 6, 7 of those. And I might as well fire the Vanquishers because they're
armor bane, so
right, Vanquishers now 5 of.
That'll do.
4 hits.
So do the Vanquisher saves first because they're -2, so it will be 6s. We roll in the passes. So they're all gone. That's 4 of them gone. So then I'll do the las cannons because they're hitting the Rhinos, not the infantry.
Yeah.
And then we'll do the saves on the infantry inside. So yeah, they're
all destroyed.
So I've then got 10 saves to make. Of 4 up
for all the infantry.
For all the infantry. So that's 8, that's 10. So I save 5 of the infantry, so half the infantry go.
Go, perfect. Vaporized. It's nice to do something good. So I just fired the Baneblade on first fire at the building to try and get a wound on it, hoping that I could probably get a second one on it. Did hit it, did save it, fired the point defense, didn't get any hits. So my last artillery company, because they're more than 8 inches away. I'm going to fire at the Terminators.
Nice bit of danger close for your guys.
That's it. Duck and cover. 2 hits.
2 hits. So 2 6-ups for the Terminators. 2 splattered Terminators.
Which doesn't really.
There's 8
much
bases there.
So straight into close combats now. I think that's the only one, isn't it? The Ogrins?
Yeah, yeah.
So we've opted to roll off camera because it's just a lot of dice, which isn't that entertaining. I have won. How many did I kill?
So you killed 6 stands of Assault Marines.
I lost 2, so I've won the combat. So now you take.
So importantly, if I fail this and fall back,
yep,
I get to shoot you. So I kind of want to fail this on a 3-up. No, I pass.
They're hanging in
so
there.
I'm going to stay, which actually is better for you because I can't shoot you now. So they're safe for a turn now.
Dreddy's now lined up, advancing fire. Very appropriate. Going into the Baneblade.
So hitting on 4s and then a -1.
Oh man, the dice are on fire.
So 7 at -1 on the Baneblade.
7 at -1. So that takes me to a 3+ save. I think it's a 2+er. Drop 2 wounds. They only have 2 wounds. A lot of people think they should have 3.
They've got 2 wounds.
The was it the mobile fortress they describe it as?
The same stat line as a Kratos.
Yeah.
Double the points.
Less accurate.
Less accurate.
Right, the Baneblade here was going to go and try and take that building down because I fluffed it with that one. I'm going to fire all my main guns, heavy guns, at the walkers, and then my heavy bolters at the infantry there. So let's start with the heavy bolters. For 1 glorious hit.
So 1 dead Marine.
It does kill 1 Marine. Right, Baneblade Cannon needs a 4, gets the hit on that.
Into the chickens, yeah.
Into the chickens. Demolisher misses. The las cannons miss, and then I need 5 ups on the coaxial auto cannons for 1 hit light AT. Is that a minus on that? Will
yes,
that affect
it's
you?
walkers. So
-1.
And did we see Baneblade Cannon's -1 as well?
Yeah, -3. The Baneblade Cannon.
The Baneblade Cannon will flatten 1.
Yeah,
and then -1 on these. 5 up, it's okay.
Terminator's now unleashing into my commander. Loads of dice, 2 shots each at this range, needing 6s because of the cover.
So we get 2 so far.
2 so far, they are accurate.
On the combi bolters. So let's see what we get out of that. Just the 2.
I can't remember what my save is. Hang on a second. So it doesn't matter what way I look at it. I've got a 6+ save where it's the cover, the invuln, or the armor. So 2 6s. 1 6. Hey, I'll take that. It's got to be this guy that's probably just hanging on to that cover, isn't it, really?
Yeah, got his arms out of the way, he got blown apart.
So, the last couple of activations, I fired the rear column of Russes at the Kratos, getting 2, was there only 3, 4 hits actually?
Got 3 hits and I failed 2 saves on 1s.
2, yeah, and killed 1, so I was very surprised. The lone Sakaran fired at the Baneblade did nothing. I then fired the front 3 formation detachment at the Rhinos I could see and destroyed 2, and then you've lost 2 more stands of infantry.
Yeah, 2 Rhinos down, 2 infantry down.
So they didn't survive. And then we've got very few things. I've got very few things left. I've just got these infantry and these infantry. I will need to sort out these Terminators next turn. That's not looking good. It's going back to Tom.
So walkers into the Baneblade, hitting on 4s with their anti-tank rounds. 2 hits, AP 0. Oh no, AP -1, I believe.
Now, I have taken a wound already.
Yeah, anti-tank AP -1, so 3 ups.
3 ups. Failed 1.
That's the first one.
But I have already taken a wound, so that is no good. The mobile fortress gets destroyed.
The murder chickens are reaping a toll.
Just fired infantry here into the Velatari for no effect. Missiles now downrange at my Malcador vanquishers.
So hitting on 4s for 2 hits and -1.
-1. Now these are 3 up armor save.
Yeah.
Now going to a 4 up, which isn't great. Oh, I do fail 1, so I take a wound, which is great because it keeps them on 5 for now. You see all your fighters to go, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts now. Where are they going, Tom?
Into the Malcadors.
Into the Malcs.
So the last cannons hitting on 4s. No re-rolls. So that is 6 hits so far.
Yeah.
We'll do the Sky Strikes as well because it's 2 dice. Hitting on 4s, -1. So we've got 6 so far. 7, 8, 9. So the second roll balanced out that silly first roll.
So
But
9.
9 at -1 on the Malcadors.
Like 9 4-ups. It's actually
That's
not terrible.
bad. That's all right.
Fell 2.
2. So that'll kill the one that's already wounded.
Yeah, and drop a
And
wound.
drop a wound.
That's all.
That's
I'll take
pretty
that.
tasty. That's all right. Malcadors are standing tall.
So I have nothing left. I have nothing left to activate. Don't have much left on the board. It's round 2. It's pretty normal for legions. So pushing the attack on the Malks is the Thunderbolt.
Yeah. So the turbo laser hitting on 4s. Both hit -3. So 6s.
No.
So 1 dead, 1 wound.
Yeah.
Then the Hell Strike, same again, hitting on 4s. Both hit. -1, but armor bane.
Oh. Oh, got
So
it. So
finishes that one.
at the one that was on 1 wound.
But that will push for morale on those then.
Am I broken with that 2? That does break me as well. That was my
So
last
you're not
2.
broken until after the end of this shot.
Right,
So they're
okay.
fine.
So they're fine. That would have passed anyway.
Yeah.
And now I am broken. And any of your weapons?
Everything else is out of range there. I've just got to think with the last cannon Preds.
Right. Last activation of the round was all the predators in here around there, taking out that last Malcador that was there. You actually hit 8 times and I made 7 saves.
You'd already taken 1 wound.
Already taken a wound, so yeah, toast. So that's it. You could probably get the feeling looking at the list that there's so much stuff to deal with that it's gonna kind of go this way, but it's like a narrative fun game. It's not, doesn't really matter, but I am really got not a lot left at the end of 2 turns.
A lot of armor, you know, and that's gone, you know. You said between the Malks and the Bane Blades, we know that they're not
Expensive.
efficient.
Yeah,
You know, I
yeah.
don't like using, not too competitive, but that's blown a hole through what you've got then, and then you're in an uphill battle from then on, aren't you?
Absolutely. And deep striking terminators do not help either. So we're going to go into the end phase. We've got some objectives to take, and I've got some tanks to run off the board, haven't I? Just that one, I
some
think.
fallbacks to do,
Yeah.
and yeah.
That's it. See what the points are. Okay, end phase, round 2. Tom is now taking this, and that boosts them up to 5 points each for the pair, and this one for 3.
Yep.
Maybe 13 for the round, and I've only got 1, 2, 3, 4. Making it, if I can read it from here, 16 to you
10.
and 10 for me in round 2, which we were just saying, as far as Legion goes, that's actually quite close.
Snail-bitingly close for Legions.
But when you look at, I've got an artillery company, a few tanks here, and some infantry that are in a tricky spot, and then you've got all this.
The best way for you to pull back score-wise is to take these 2 objectives off me because they're worth more to you, but
It is.
how are you going to get to them and do that?
The question is, what with?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got some drop pods, but yeah, no, it's tough now. The scoring is, because I'm also on my vital intel objective here, so
Yeah.
reality is I'm going to bust that back off quite quickly.
In
And
5 rounds.
Yeah.
So we're going to go into a turn 3, and we'll see how it's looking after 3 rounds. Round 3, so I've not got much left. Let's see if we'll get a round 4, or will we be doing lots of overviews. Done our orders. So with myself, I've got my first fires on my artillery because I've got commanders in range, and then where my armor are actually broken, I'm stuck on advances now with kind of everything, including these guys. So with solar, it gets really simple orders.
yeah, towards the end, it's just advance.
And that's it. Got a mixed bag, aren't you? You're pushing up.
I'm pushing out. I've got some marches to bring stuff forward, charges. I don't think I've dropped anything on first fire. I think I need to move to get into positions to shoot now.
I think once this centre falls,
yeah,
and I don't deal with them, I think that's good night for you.
Once this combat resolves itself. This combat resolves itself. I've got potentially a lot of infantry in the middle then, and you haven't got a lot of counter infantry here, especially if I can get under the 8-inch guns of the artillery.
And you're already in the lead.
Yeah. I'm now. David, who is our Italian player at club, he refers to this as shooting at the Red Crosses now.
Yeah, this is. So this is the Death Spiral. First player roll.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I got a 6.
Look at that! Smashes a 6.
I'll go first. Movement done. Round 3. Let's start down here. So the Terminators were charged in. I overwatched with the infantry, didn't do anything. I brought in Russes here and here to support them, but I've had Rhinos pushing up, firing Havocs into the rear, dropping 2. I've got 3 Russes here now, getting pressed by everything here. Tom's picked up his secondary objective there. I don't think I'm going to hold a single table quarter for mine. What tanks I've got left here are pushing up, aircraft coming in. The Ogrins have attacked my Ogrins. And other than that, all I've got is an artillery line. So
yeah, it's a bit brutal now.
It is. Thunderhawk coming in. So I think this is going to be the end of the game. 3 rounds as normal. Play a first round. You kind of see where the wind's blowing in round 2 and you finish it in round 3. But obviously my list is very, it's kind of what I've got. A lot of infantry and I don't have the stuff to deal with it. That's fine. That can be improved on in the future as we get more stuff together. So, anything else to say about the movement phase? What have I missed?
No, I think that's it. I think
the main bit.
This is crunch time now.
Yeah, this is it. So, movement done. We're going to go into first fires. My artillery can still pop off a bit, and then some close combat. All right, first battery. Just because I can, I'm going to try and get that objective dropped by firing on those Rhinos for 2 hits.
So 6s. Make 1, lose 1. So 2 TAC Marines inside. I lose a TAC Marine and a Rhino.
Right,
so I'll drop that one and we'll pop 1 TAC Marine out there then.
Okay, so that didn't go quite to plan. What do I want to do next? So I'm at this point where if I concentrate all my fire on something, it doesn't seem to really matter, and splitting it up doesn't really work out that well either. So this is more out of spite now, just because I don't like them. So this battery is going to fire at the Predators, just because they haven't been touched yet. Oh, it's 1 hit.
So 5.
Gets a save. And I was going to... Let's do the other battery as well for 2 hits.
So 5s again. I do drop 2 then.
Right, I've gone into the close combat phase, or whatever it's called. And because it's so dicey, I'm trying to cut down on unnecessary viewing. So, do let us know. I know a lot of you do like seeing the dice. Terminator here wiped out the Legate and his little retinue. No problems. I did drag down.
You took some Terminators down?
These guys got mullered without a single answer, didn't they? And they've now occupied the building. Over here, I lost my 4 Ogrin stands, but I did drop
3 Ogrin stands? 3
Ogrin stands. Yeah, that's not a bad fight, considering I was ganged up on 2 and 3. So that was some pretty good dice there. So that's all the close combats. I've now lost the centre of the battlefield. It's not looking good. We're going into the advancing fire section with advancing fire, Tom. So as I've said before, at this point, nothing I do is actually going to help me. So it's what's going to make me feel good if I kill it. So I'm going to start with the Vanquishers, because I think they're probably going to get targeted by the fighters. So I'm going to try and take them out. So 2 Vanquisher cannons. Nope. And then I've got 4 las cannons, so I will need some more dice. Those pinpoint accurate anti-air las cannons. No, clearly not. Probably a waste of an activation, but like I say, what...
You're either going to shoot infantry or you're going to shoot walkers. So the armor bane Vanquisher's no good. You might have popped the Sakaran, but you're popping one Sakaran that's already fired its point defense bolters, so it's got an autocannon. This is a big threat.
It's moot, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of moot.
So the very efficient Predators are going to try and wipe out this group of Russes.
So the accurate hulls.
Have another go.
Have another go. Let's just keep picking up dice till I get what I want. And then the non-accurate sponsons.
Another
three.
So 6.
So 6 at -1.
All right, 6 times 3 ups. Pop, pop, pop. That is
efficiency.
The efficient predators.
Like Last Preds are
very good in big numbers. I think every game that we've done on the channel, I think Steve or Tony will take that wad.
6 to 8 of them. If you hit them, they fold quite well. They are not tough, but the volume of dice they put out, and when you've got Kratos lurking around and other flyers, they don't exactly hit as a big priority. But then they punch something, and you go, "Oh dear."
I wish I'd not left them. Mind you, you kept them fairly.
They've been out of line of sight mostly because they've been kind of, this has shielded them, and now they've really only just kind of come round into sight.
Right, so I've only actually got 2 activations myself which can do anything. So let's do the Baneblade at the Walkers and the Heavy Bolters at the Infantry over there. So Heavy Bolters, let's roll over here for, -1 because of the cover, right?
Yeah, so 6s.
So we'll need 6s. The Baneblade Cannon, that's a hit on a Walker.
That melts
3.
1.
And then the 2 las Cannons for 1 hit at -1.
1 hit, so a 5.
No,
that does melt.
I don't need to roll any more dice. That is 1 left to go here.
Yep.
Thunderbolts coming in at the Baneblade with the bolt cannons. Right.
So 5 to hit, 6 is rapid.
How many dice was that each?
5 shots each. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 saves. 0 AT, it's like 80, so 0 AP, but 13 saves, 2 up. This is very much murr.
Right, here's 10 dice. So 2 pluses.
So there's 2 wounds there.
That was a wound, that's a wound. I need to roll 3 more. That's 2 wounds, that's nice, isn't it? Kit doesn't even have 3 wounds. So that's been absolutely
just filled with holes.
And didn't even need the rest of your guns.
No, so...
Ta-da!
Ta-da!
Right, Karen just tried taking out the infantry there, did nothing. Then down here, the Thunderhawk and the Kratos are the last 2 activations. So starting with the Thunderhawk.
Thunderhawk, so last cannon.
Artillery.
Yeah, turbo laser into the artillery. Accurate. So 2 at -3.
I'm not sure what their save is. It can't be good, can it? Auxilia, Basilisk.
That's 3 up.
3 up.
So 6s?
6s.
2 6s.
1
Next
6.
one. So last cannon is hitting on 4s. So -1s.
Drops another one.
And then the Hell Strikes on 4 pluses. Another 1, -1, but Armour Bane.
Oh, so it made it.
-1, it would have failed. So
3 goes to 4.
Oh yeah, sorry, there's 3 ups.
So re-rolling it because Armour Bane drops another one.
So morale on them.
4 plus, I think that's
not broken, so you'll be right.
And then you've just got your Kratos, haven't you?
Kratos into the back of the Russes. I don't think I'm in range with the coaxes, so I'll just go with the
las cannons for now.
So battle cannons first, 3 of.
There's only 2 left.
So hitting on 4s. So that's 3 at -2 because I'm in the rear.
In the rear with all the gear.
1 down.
1 to go.
Sponson lasses. Hull mounted lasses with accurate.
Do you even need the reroll?
So that's 5 at -2.
There's 3 dice. There you go. That smokes the last.
That smokes them.
That's pretty much it. So, with all this stuff left and the centre held, I've just got the remnants of an artillery company and 2 Russes. So, I think that's the game.
That's probably done it. I think we said this turn was crunch time, and
I think it was decided in turn 2. So we'll go into the end phase. We'll give you a score at the end of round 3, and then we'll see what Tom wants to do.
We'll see where we are.
Right. Okay. So end of the round. Tom's obviously maintaining these. He's now taken the centre, maintaining this. Not quite got that one. He is holding the secondary. I've got no table quarters. So for the primary, we're looking at 16 points for you this round. I've got my 2. making it, what can I see there, 32-12 at the end of 3 rounds. Now, the game is over. There is obviously 2 more turns to go. Tom, would you like to just do a playthrough off camera to get a final score?
Yeah, let's see if we can get to a final result.
We'll get a final result. There's nothing much more to see here. We'll get your final score and wrap it up. So welcome back. If you stuck with us after round 3, we've done round 4 and 5 to get a final score because it is a 5-round game, and it's pretty much as we thought it was going to be. Table with me in the end. Yeah.
I mean, the end of turn 4, you had 2 artillery tanks, so there was in the rules a turn 5 to play because you weren't tabled then, which was pretty brutal. We didn't actually play turn 5 in the end because you could math it out. I got infantry here to kill that one. Rhinos, Kratos, Predators, Flyers to deal with that.
So much stuff.
These guys are within 18 of the edge, so they're going to get off with the secondary. I've got all the objectives, so we just did the maths on turn 5 and maxed out and gave it in the end. I mean, it was pretty brutal in the end.
So actually, the scores, that was the whole point of doing it. At the end of round 4, you scored 19 and 19 and 5 as well. So that's like the maximum, I think.
Last 2 rounds, I took everything on the primary objectives I could.
So that brought you up to, I can barely see it, 72.
Yeah.
I was on 12.
Yeah.
That was it. I got to 12 and stopped.
Yeah.
Then you got your secondary for 15.
Yeah.
Giving you 87.
Yeah.
And again,
there was some additional points at the end of the battle for VPs in the mission.
That's it.
Which added a pile more. So I got 15 for the secondary and a bunch more.
Another 12 for that.
Yeah, I got just 20 odd points after the battle with secondaries in these missions. So yeah, I ended up piling the points on again.
87-12, and I got tabled after 5 rounds. So that's the first and last time Tom is coming on the channel.
We had a few other games planned and they've all been cancelled. The dice are getting burnt outside. The models are getting cremated. But yeah, we talked a few times, both of us are sort of playing what we've got. This is everything I have at 3K without any Titans. And it's a lot. And you said yours is epic 30K built. So we kind of favoured Armour a bit more. So, you haven't got a lot of anti-infantry stuff. And yeah, it was always going to be a bit of a brutal showing. But yeah.
You'll come back and do it again though, won't you?
Yeah, we'll come back, we'll play some more stuff. We've got Talon coming soon, or maybe out by now. There's Armoured Spearhead things to play, and we said we could get some more games in and see what we can do. Yeah, so if if we obviously need to expand our studio army, so if you want to help with that, feel free to join our Patreon and make that happen, because we need stuff. No, thank you very much. If you got this far, we appreciate you watching it anyway. Do feel free to like, share and subscribe and all that stuff they tell you to do, because it does actually help. If you don't, thanks for watching anyway. Thanks to Tom. It's been a great game. Real pleasure. Cheers, mate.
And we'll see you next time for more thrills, spills and engine kills.